at Macaulay Point in Esquimalt, where I live, on the unceded traditional territory of the Lekwungen-speaking people, who today are the Esquimalt and Songhees nations. And every morning I take a long walk, and I always come to Macaulay Point. So the poems I'm going to read are really rooted in this place. Macaulay Point's a great location for watching the Olympic Mountains across the strait in Washington. When a woman is a mountain. Olympic Mountains, you have been my morning mirror for 20 years. We keep our distance across the Strait of Juan de Fuca. This Monday, you are gray-blue smudge, partially erased by an artist's hand. On Tuesday, you've edged closer during the night. Ripped muscles flexed, you tower, ready to spar. You are edible on Wednesday, peaks covered in whipped snow caps, licked by sun's many tongues. You assume ocean's charcoal gray on Thursday. It reflects your stillness. Crag becomes ripple, becomes crag. Friday morning, you have no sharp edges. Rise, yielding and transient as cumulus clouds. A fog-shrouded Saturday. Veiled, we both mourn scarlet, the latest orca death. Our dirge rumbles under the strait. On Sunday, it's about origins. Marine animal fossils now found on your summits. How we were both formed beneath the sea. Older stories, older songs. 1847, Sailor Point. 1851, Macaulay Point. 1886, Fort Macaulay. 1985, Macaulay Point Park. Fog knows the old stories. From the lookout, it shrouds, then reveals the Lekwungen camp to the west, more than 4,000 years before Donald Macaulay's birth on the Isle of Lewis. They named it Mucklucks. In the bay, they built middens more than 2 meters high, shells, bones, utensils, dug trenches for war. Close to shore, they sang to the salmon, "Thank you, elder brother. Come, elder brother." Between 2 canoes, they strung reef nets of stinging nettle, tied seaweed for camouflage. The land now the Anglers Association parking lot and launch. To the east, on the rocky spit, military history. Fresh signs stand at attention amid crumbling batteries, built to thwart enemies who never arrived. Trailered motorboats file down to the launch, pulled by trucks called Explorer, Ranger, Ram. Carried in the marrow, a squall flays exposed skin, spars with tree trunks, turning the leaves into a knot of fists shaken at the sky. Green river of spring grass becomes a whirlpool at your feet. Your body's salt water roils with the Pacific's plastic maelstrom. In your marrow, the howl. A great wind gathers to blow us over the edge. Drones hover above resident orca pods, photograph gaunt bodies. Bones grief-hollowed, you imagine crossing the burning continent, pulled into the migration of red knots from Tierra del Fuego to their Arctic summer breeding ground. How to navigate our planet's erratic pulse, the Atlantic's sluggish flux. Emaciated, the red knots land on a beach in Delaware Bay to feed on the buried eggs of horseshoe crabs, a vanishing feast. Weathered. Macaulay Point path does not yield to the foot. Small stones probe my calluses. For a moment, a black lace cloud of sparrows blocks the insistent sunrise, and my reluctance to unfurl into this day softens. The Nootka rose, a brief pink flowering, under its sweet fragrance, a sharp tang. Frugal coronary vessels carry blood to my heart. I am uncertain what grows in its soil. A rough wooden fence snakes around a fragile meadow. Official signs, area closed, species at risk. Purple sanicle, dense flowered lupin. I lie down in tall grass, lulled by the ocean's stillness. What the Pacific brings us, in a certain light, its bruised skin, and Mesozoic origin in the shape of driftwood piles, plesiosaur, mesosaur, that low tide exposure, small naked islands, weathered, beautiful as aging bodies are. At high tide, certainty, water will have its way with us. The crossing. I walk past 9 bolted down steel picnic tables, facing away from each other on Buxton Green, and listen for the arrival of those who died at sea, mothers, their children, from the shipwrecked steamer Valencia. Their presence moon-washed, their language tidal, fraught with undertow, a tongue of murmur, ripple, and surge. Struck mute, crows in black cassocks strut and bow. From water, the dead have learned how to cross an arduous threshold.